Hey guys, Elite Legionario here, bringing you part 2 of me and Doc Hollidays unit testing video. Welcome again, Doc.
Hello there.
Whoa, lag. That's alright. Had a bit of lag there, that's all. So this time I'm again using Rome, but we're going to test, last time we tested the Roman infantry against the regular hoplites, and they appeared to do pretty well against those Spartan units, but this time we're going to test them against the pike Phalanx type, the actual Sarrissa units. And we've also got a few cavalry tossed in as well, just to vary it up. So that'll be interesting.
I'm not sure how much better pikes are than spears in this, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. So let's use this area here because it's
Right. Oh, I can't see your
my scribbles. Okay, I was just typing. All right, so I'm ready. So what we'll try again. We'll try even levels of condensed troops. So let's get a unit of my legionary cohort versus your thorax pikemen, and we'll go with say about what, 4 or 5 deep.
Yeah. How much? I'm 8 deep there.
Go with about 4, probably about 5 or 6. 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah.
Probably. How many men are in your unit, by the way? Just to note. You're on a 120. I've got 120. Yeah, same.
120.
Yeah, same here.
Right. Okay, I'm 6 deep.
Okay, yeah, I was also 6 deep. I think I just want to make sure I'm absolutely 100% 6 deep. I think that's it there. So, you want me to, that's a wee bit of an incline. Bring your guys sort of out to the middle more so you're not close to your own troops, because I think your own troops give you guys a bit of a morale thing if they've got enemy. So actually just pull our other troops back, so we don't want that interfering. We don't want that mucking up our test. So let's just pull them back. So just get them out of the way. Okay, so once you get down to about, probably about, I'll just line up perfectly with you, and we'll go at you one for one. Okay, you can hold your phalanx about there, if you like.
All right.
You should have the trait steady too, so you should use it.
You can run in phalanx, so you can do that now. You can do it in Rome.
Oh, they lift. They lift it up though, but it is easier to work with.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I'm just trying to.
I'm wondering, if I attack you, will that break the phalanx?
I think it does.
It doesn't. So pikemen can.
Interesting.
Not yet. They're still in phalanx, even though I clicked attack.
Yeah, I've had them break it though online. So.
Yeah. So I'll lead them then.
Yeah. So again, I think the major. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure my guys are lined up well. So I'll attack you.
Yep.
So in 3, 2, 1. So this is a thorax pike versus a regular legionary cohort. I think their stats are fairly similar. So you lose your charge bonus in phalanx, obviously, but I don't think you should need it. So anyway, here comes the peeler. What kind of damage do you take? 9. So you do take quite a lot of damage to peeler. But once I arrive,
I just used steady just before,
and I am very quickly getting stomped. Very quickly indeed. I'll use the whip to speed this up because I'm going to need it. Oh, look at that. That's yeah. So the pike phalanx, look at that, very quickly, and they're both statistically they're pretty similar units. I might even have a few advantages there. Very similar, but very quickly it seems that your pikes very quickly defeated that. So the old wrapping trick from the original Rome Total War does not work. I only took down very few of your men. So let's try this time. I'll try the
pikes seem a lot stronger.
Yes, a lot stronger than
historically they were, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad they've done that.
It's how the Macedonians beat everyone.
Yeah.
Have a pike that's a few feet longer than everyone else's, and you'll win.
Yeah. So this time, try your other thorax pikeman, and this time we'll remember in the last video when I can stretch my line out very long, I wrapped you and destroyed your infantry very quickly on regular hoplites. So we'll see how it affects the Phalanx, the Sarrissa Phalanx. But that was very decisive, I felt. Although my guys have regrouped, but they definitely... And this, I think, having actually done a good handful of online battles now, I found Macedon to be probably the strongest faction. It's very powerful. I found it to be very, very powerful.
It looks it.
Yeah.
Also, I think with pikemen, you don't want to stretch the line too thinly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the pike phalanx can get broken through easily.
So what you'll do is
I think 6 is probably the ideal.
Yeah, I'd say so. It gives you enough coverage while enough depth at the same time. So let's do 6 again, and I'll go with 3, and I'll see if it works, because that worked very well against the Spartans. It broke them very quickly. So we'll see how it works against a pike unit. I don't reckon it will work. I reckon they'll break even faster, but I might be wrong.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yes. So I mean,
meet at the pile of dead bodies again.
Yeah. All right. And in 3, 2, 1. It says you're a low threat. Interestingly enough.
Is it the same unit as before?
The same units. Legionary cohort, thorax pikeman.
Oh, right.
Strange. I did note that my peelers seem to do more damage to them than they did to the Spartans. They were only taking about 3 or 4 men, whereas taking about 9 or 10 men out of these pikes. So
you're not as well armoured.
You just lost 10 men.
Yeah,
so it seems that. So let's just see how this works.
Oh, they just put their pikes up.
Oh,
did you see that?
Yes, I did notice that. That's interesting. So again, it seems...
they're just trying to run forward now.
Interesting. Can you not get him back into Phalanx?
It's in... Oh no, the pike Phalanx button's disabled.
Oh. So... there we go, they're down now. Oh, look, glitching too.
I clicked attack them.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're walking backwards.
Oh.
What are they...
Strange. That seems like a glitch. That might be something we could exploit when when you're using Rome and you're facing. It's much more even though. I mean, they're still holding their phalanx. It's much more even. So I might activate the whip, see if that gives me an edge.
This is a bit weird.
So yeah, so there's obviously still a little teething problems. As I imagined, look, you guys have broken straight up the centre. Well, look at that. They're pushed straight through me. How bizarre. Let's just pull back. Both of us pull away.
What am I doing?
Yeah. Just pull them back.
That was a bit of a mess.
Yeah, that's interesting. It'd be interesting to see if it does that every time, because that would give the Romans an advantage against the Phalanx. Because obviously if they go at it in the same level of condensed numbers, the pikes very easily beat them. But that stretched line is interesting. So I'll just reform again, and you reform if you can.
Yep, I'm reforming now.
Okay, so again, if I stretch my line out to a point where I'd be wrapping, in this case with the numbers I have left.
I'll try attacking you.
Okay.
I'll try attacking you this time and see if the phalanx holds.
Alright. I think that would be playing against the Roman strength, because their melee defense is not high, it's their attack that's high. So I think when you're playing the Roman...
Roman can keep the Romans at bay, they can just attack them and not take too many hits.
Yeah, and also if you're not... I'll hold here, guys, and you'll notice that no matter how close Doc gets to me, my guys won't throw their Peter unless I counter charge. So as Doc steadily charges me here, you'll see that... Look, like this has been Rome too, where they would have been dishing out Peter all over your guys now. But if I don't charge them, they don't throw their Peter, which is a real nuisance, because Peter seems to they do quite a bit of damage, give you a nice edge. But
that was a good tactic in the Rome. You could
yes, I mean it's the flexibility of the Legion that counts.
Legionnaires on fire at will, and they do a lot of damage.
So, I mean, look
You're
at
not going
that.
to attack me?
And if I don't attack them immediately, they break. So if you're going up against the Phalanx's Rome, it's very clear you've got to attack it. But I think you want to stretch your line out longer like I did, because it seemed to muck up your Phalanx quite badly. And I think if we'd stayed doing that, I probably could have won that, actually. It's very possible.
Well, yes, it would have been close, but I reckon you probably would have come out on top.
Yes, so that's an interesting thing to know. Alright, so I'll try a Praetorian Guard now.
Oh, actually, I think I know what it was.
What?
I left the steady ability and makes them raise their pikes temporarily and lower them again.
I
think I left it to the last minute. So I should have done it as you were charging rather than just as you were about to hit me.
Alright, so I suppose it's probably...
right. So you should be careful when you use that ability.
This time, I think what we should try is I'll make use of the Roman superior flexibility to defeat your Phalanx. So bring one of your foot companions down, and I'll bring a Praetorian Guard up. I think it'd be pointless for me to just charge your foot companions head on, as we demonstrate in even numbers and even depth. The Romans just absolutely thrashed that way. That's not how you want to face a Phalanx in Rome 2, obviously. It worked in Rome 1, but it doesn't here.
Yeah, I assume one of your Praetorian Guard, like, compared to my foot companions, they're probably similar-ish.
Okay, let's have a look. 79 attack, 55 weapon damage, 17 charge bonus, 41 melee defense, 85 armor, 40 health, and 75 morale. Let's see, 40 weapon attack for your foot companions, 35 damage, weapon damage, sorry, they're just moving there. I've got to keep a... Let's see, 12 charge bonus, 50...
Wow, actually... We're about even in defence, but you outmatch me in attack by quite a lot.
Yes, but I think that the whole Phalanx formation is very... What we could try then, we'll try the units head on again then. We'll try them head on the same level of depth. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Praetorians do any better. Which I personally don't think they will. Oh, you want to pull that other unit of yours back further. You don't want any of them getting support from nearby units or getting morale.
Alright.
So I'll go at it, what am I there? I'm actually 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm actually 8 deep there. I'll go to 6 deep. So I think 6 deep's pretty would realistically, I think it would be ideal, because I mean, if you in real life, I don't think if you stretched your formation too long like that, it would break in the centre. No, that'll do. So anyway, I'll charge you again. And when do you think you should activate steady so you don't... You should probably activate it before I arrive, like about now. Or so that they...
Because it's only a very brief moment where they had their pikes up, so probably just as you start the charge, it's probably the best time to get the most
so
out of it.
Did you activate it?
So I would say probably about now, just when you throw your peeler. Oh, they didn't do it that time.
Strange. So anyway, let's see. And as you can see, my guys just... It's no good. I look at them falling. They're just falling like flies. You don't want to do this. It doesn't seem to work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. It just doesn't work. It's just... It's massacre for the Roman infantry. You just don't want to do it this way. You clearly...
So what happens if I attack? Does that break the formation?
No, I don't think so. It's a little glitch with...
It's light Phalanx.
It's the light... It's the...
Attacking doesn't break the formation.
I mean, look at that. I only took down less than 30 of your men, and then statistically we're pretty even. So the long Phalanx, the pike Sarrissa, in even numbers, it's just massive murder on the Roman.
And 10 of those kills would have been Peeler as well.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
it was
pike Phalanx. You don't want to attack from the front.
So this time, get your other foot companion. And this time what I'll do is I'll stretch my long line longer, but what I'll do is I will use positioning. So I'll actually try and hit you from the flank, like in the side, because if you can...
Yep. Yeah, that's what you're doing against the Phalanx.
That's what you do in real life, so... And I'll do it in about 4 thickness, because that'll give me enough... it probably is better to divide. After that, I've got 2 units of shock cavalry, 2 units of melee cavalry, and so is Doc, and we'll test some of those. So anyway, let's just... We'll just keep moving up here. I can't see your other foot companion. Is it coming down? I must have lost line of sight.
No, it's advancing now.
Oh, well, I lost the line of sight.
No, it should be.
Yeah, I lost the line of sight. You got to remember line of sight. Yeah, that was interesting. I'm surprised I lost line of sight then.
It's right in the open though.
That's really... It did. So you just form your pike phalanx as if I were going to face you head on. Except this time, what I'll do is I will come out...
Should I stay still, or should I try outmaneuver you as well?
Well, stay still, because I think, outmaneuvering anything with a phalanx is practically impossible, particularly the long phalanx. That wasn't how it works. Let's just demonstrate what I think a Roman, or any this kind of heavy infantry that uses a shield and a sword should be doing against a phalanx.
So I'll attack you.
Except you're going to turn, probably. So if a pike wielding player is trying to do this to you, so I think what you should do with the Romans is see what I'm doing here, is I can easily outpace Doc's infantry here.
Yeah.
So I think what you should be trying to do is to get on the flank, although your guys are steadily turning this at a rate that's making this hard for me.
They're actually turning quite fast. Do you want me to stay still?
Stay still, yeah. I think that would be better.
Alright.
So I think you'd steadily...
If I hold... Yeah, if this is a whole line,
it would be too difficult.
Next line is turning.
It would be too hard.
I wouldn't be able to face every one of them.
No, so what you want to do, realistically want to do, is outmaneuver the phalanx and then charge its flanks with your Praetorians here. So how much does the peeler do here?
Attack you now?
See, I did no damage with the peeler then. I did 1 damage. That was interesting.
Right.
Oh, you've shifted your lines there, so it's
happen here.
Head on.
Well, I won't attack just as you.
Yeah, that kind of ruined it. You're going to win that, I think. Yeah, you'll win that.
Well, but any player would do that though.
Yeah, any player would.
They would attack you.
But it would be very difficult. It would be very difficult to do it. It would be very difficult to do that. If with a whole line of infantry, you have to be pretty decent micro to do it. But you managed to turn that.
Oh, you could do it one at a time.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it would be very difficult because the Roman player would be moving very quickly, especially in a skilled micro's hand. It appears by you trying to do this though, your formation has become very mucked up, but it doesn't seem to be affecting you too badly because you're still winning. However, it's very clear to me that a Roman player, I'm going to lose this probably because you just managed to turn into me in time. But
I didn't actually turn them manually. I just told them to attack you.
And they seemed to
came and attacked me.
I thought that the formation looked pretty messed up, but as you can see, it's much closer this time. Yeah. It's much closer. So, I mean, if you did this properly, realistically, the Roman player should probably be able to win this. I think, you definitely obviously don't want to go head on into a long phalanx with Roman infantry.
I don't know. I reckon you're going to win this actually still. We're about even now.
Yeah. It's pretty even, so I think you got quite lucky, and I think that's your general too, so it's probably why you're lasting so long.
Yeah, so it would have routed sooner.
I think it would have routed sooner. So I think it's very clear if you're using the Romans, you need to do that. You need to outflank this phalanx. And I think it would probably even work well on worse terrain. Like if you get them on uneven terrain, it would make it even harder on the phalanx. So I think the aim of the game there was when you're facing factions like Macedon, Egypt, or any faction that's using a Sarrissa armed phalanx with the Romans, or probably even any of the barbarian factions who use similar type infantry, you need to outflank it effectively, and preferably with stretched lines, because that seems to improve the chances as well. All round that seems to.
It did, yes.
Yeah, so I think definitely.
Especially against spear phalanxes.
Yes, very effective against spear phalanx, but it's the long phalanx. The trick with the long phalanx is it's very immobile, so you need to take advantage of its inflexible, inflexible situation.
You've on my flank though. and you were right charging me. You were charging me right when you were charging me. I attacked, and they still did okay.
They did do pretty okay. I think
they lost in the end, but
they did turn. I think if you could still even do it better than that though, and I think like microing that many phalanxes like that quickly you need to be a pretty decent micro to do that. So
yeah. Oh no, I just clicked attack. I didn't actually move them.
Okay then, but I mean, whether it actually does that every time though.
Too bad micro-wise.
Yeah, whether it actually does that every time though, it's hard to know. Because I mean, I noticed their formation got quite badly jumbled there. If you notice, towards the end they started facing all sorts of directions, so it started to turn into my favour. So I think definitely if you're going to do that, you want to do it that way. So you get one of your companion cavalry, and I'll get one of my Praetorian cavalry.
Okay.
Now, Doc's companion cavalry are shock cavalry. So if we look at their stats, they've got 35 melee attack, 40 weapon damage, 63 charge, so it's good charge, but if you look at their melee stats, 18. So they're not going to perform very well in a sustained melee, I wouldn't think. 60 armor, 90 health, and 75 morale. So everything's pretty good there, except for the melee defense, and its attack is not high. But obviously it's a charging unit. So I'll get one of my Praetorian cavalry. So we'll begin charging in...
I was going to lead them in the default formations. Lead them in the default...
yeah, just lead them in default formation. Yeah. So let's just charge now. So...
Okay, I should break that back a bit. You're a bit too close to your own line.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And we want an even run up to one another.
Yeah, so you can probably move you guys back a bit.
Yeah, alright. So... Alright, ready?
Okay, should we charge?
Yep, steady, go. Okay.
Right, charging.
So, I mean, I could use the Romans have the ability Draco, but we won't use any abilities, just a straight even charge, no abilities.
Okay.
So let's just see.
Tramp, charge bonus, okay.
So on the initial charge,
interesting.
You got, how many of my guys? You got about...
It's actually about even, actually.
Yeah. But I think
quite a few of mine as well.
I think you'll find what'll start to happen though is the companion cavalry will start to get beaten, because my guys statistically have 70 melee defense. You guys only have 18, and the thing is, you're a charging cavalry, so what you need to be doing is actually pulling out to repeat your charge. But if you try pulling out, I've found that you can't pull out without taking massive losses. Okay. Don't pull out.
Try it now, actually.
Try it out. See, if you try
pulling out,
and they won't pull out for you. Look how many guys you've just suddenly lost because you've attempted to pull out, and look at that, you broke. So that's a problem with shock cavalry, is that they can only do one charge, so which means, realistically speaking, melee cavalry is so much more useful because you're going to be stuck in the fight for longer. And you want something with lots of defense. And I mean, even when you charge me, you only took 8 of my guys out, so your charge is supposed to be your best stat in a cav fight.
Yeah, the charge didn't seem to do that much, did it?
Yeah, and I mean, once the fight got going, I have 72 defense, you have 18. I got like so much more defense than you. I mean, and what is
about the same amount of damage on the charge?
Alright, so I'll try one of my shock cav. I've got a Socci Equite Extraordinarii, I think that's how you say it. And that is one of my shock cavalry. Let's try against your Aspis companion cavalry this time.
Okay.
And then we'll try...
actually, what I wonder...
Then we'll try a shock versus a shock.
It would be better to put your charging cavalry in a line. A longer line. I suppose it wouldn't matter though if I'm not on a long line as well.
Like, kind of like what?
Because you're still...
What you mean, like two?
You still have the same frontage though.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't. I don't know. I don't think it would matter too much.
We could try
if you're against an infantry unit, but I don't think it would matter in a cavalry battle. But if you're against infantry, it could be good to match their line length, just to get the maximum hitting power.
Yes, that's true. Although
because
at the same time though,
I'm pretty condensed myself.
The weight of the charge is supported by the mounted units behind it as well, though.
Right.
Right, so your guy's Aspis. So if we look at his Aspis companion cav, very good health,
right,
very good.
Now.
Okay, I'll charge you. Okay, we should probably do a more thorough cavalry test next time, so we can test all the abilities. We'll try it with Parthia too, seeing as they're supposed to be the best cavalry power around. So your guys appear to have some sort of javelin. So let's see what happens.
Did someone just throw javelin?
Yeah, and if we look at this, let's watch my guys. Let's just see how they go. They're doing okay now. After the immediate charge, they do okay, but
you hardly inflicted anyone on
charge. And you watch what happens. So I'm not even going to try and pull out because we saw what happened when Doc tried pulling out. It was a disaster. Yep. So I mean, if my charge is 47, so I got a very good charge, but I only got 10 melee defense. Doc has got 50, isn't it? You got 50, so he's got 40 more defensive points than me. And he's got very high attack and weapon damage as well. And look at that, he very easily beats me. Very easily. I think, what have you got? You've lost 5 men. Yes. I've lost half my unit. And I'm starting to rout. So it's very clear that melee cavalry is much superior to shock cavalry because shock cavalry can't withdraw from a fight, so it can't do a charge again, and its charge is its strength. So if it can't do its charge more than once, it's pretty much useless. So I took 6 men out and I lost more than half my unit. So this time, let's try my other shock cavalry versus your shock cavalry. How do they affect each other when they're much more even?
Are we going to use special abilities this time?
We'll use special abilities. So they should. My guy's got trample, and your guys have probably got trample as well.
I've only got diamond.
Okay,
I'll go into diamond.
That's a good idea to see how effective the diamond formation is, because I can't do diamond, but don't do that with
it does.
You're doing that with your other companion cavalry, right? Not your Aspis.
I'm doing it with my Aspis cavalry.
No, don't do it with the Aspis cavalry.
Do you want my companion?
Do your companion. I want to try shock against shock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got trample as well, actually, as well as diamond.
Yeah, so use both. Use both, and we'll see how effective diamond is in a charge. It's supposed to make it better. I've only got trample.
Yes, it does. It says.
However,
it says charge bonus and melee attack bonus, but you get an acceleration and melee defense penalty.
However, these stock equites extraordinarii have 47 charge bonus. Your guys only have they have 69. So I think you'll find the companions are a lot better. But we'll just see how effective the companion cavalry's diamond formation will be. So in 3, 2, 1, charge. I think we'll find the companions will very quickly win this, but just before we get into battle, both of us will activate trample just before we get in. So I'm going to activate trample now.
I've done it as well.
Okay. So let's see, how does this go? It automatically allows me to encircle you.
Yeah.
But I lost 9 men. I lost quite a lot of men, but if we're looking, I'm losing men very quickly. Whereas
the charge was a bit more effective.
I think you punched right into my centre though, and it's showing because I'm losing men very quickly. But overall, I think it's just because the companion cavalry are a lot better than these guys. To be honest.
What's your melee defense? 10.
Yeah, 14s, and your charge is better, and your health and all that. Well, they're pretty similar, but
yeah, they're pretty similar.
I think what a good combination.
1655.
I think if you're going to use cavalry, I think you should use.
Armor and health are actually the same.
Yeah, and I'm breaking there. So
my base morale is slightly better.
Yeah.
But armor and health are the same. Your base morale is a bit better. My base morale is a bit better.
Yeah, I think also the thing to note as well is I think when you're going to use cavalry, I think you should probably get. Probably, it depends on the battle, of course, but you probably want, if you're going to have 6 cavalry, for instance, you should probably have 4 melee cavalry and 2 shock cavalry. Use your melee cavalry to engage enemy melee cavalry and get your shock cavalry into flanking hits, because they'll probably be pretty effective there. Okay, let's try this.
That diamond formation seems to work pretty well.
Yeah. Let's try Praetorian cavalry versus Aspis companion cavalry, and that'll be it for us.
In diamond or not in diamond?
That's an interesting one. They're not. I would probably go without diamond because the charge is only 26.
Okay.
I mean, maybe diamond's more effective.
Diamond worked pretty well that time.
Yeah, but that's because you had 67 charge as a base, or 63 charge. And I think the more charge you got, it's more of a. You could try it if you want. But I think
We'll see how it goes this time.
I personally think the Aspis Companion Cavalry is probably better. Let's look at the stats. Don't charge yet. I just want to do the stats. 65 attack, 55 melee weapon damage, 26 charge bonus, 42 melee defense, 90 armor, 90 health, and 75 there. Whereas my guys have got more defense,
Right, so you've
got quite a bit more attack.
Bonus. I've got an attack bonus.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to activate my ability Dracos. I got wedge formation. I forgot to mention that. I'll try it.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that. Flying wedge. Interesting to
diamond.
see which would be better, diamond or wedge.
Yeah, I don't have any special abilities apart from diamond.
Yeah, well I have two.
How is wedge different?
Diamond. I have a cavalry test too though. And I also have the ability Draco, which bonus versus I think it just shocks people's morale. It says bonus versus cavalry, so the Praetorian cavalry are going to have a bonus against his cavalry. So let's see this. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So we'll see. I think the Aspis Companion Cav statistically are better, but I have more abilities, which gives me an advantage. So
I think statistically you're about the same.
So I just activated Draco.
But I've got a attack bonus.
So let's see who outperforms who here.
Charge doesn't seem to do much then.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I've taken 1, you've taken 6 hits.
Yeah, I think you'll find the Aspis Companion Cavalry is better. I think it's probably the best melee cav in the game actually. That or the Gallic Nobles. Actually, I was just thinking, I watched a video recently on Royal Cataphracts versus Gallic Nobles, and it was disgraceful what I saw. In fact, the Cataphracts got absolutely annihilated 6 times in a row against these Gallic Noble cavalry. Because Cataphracts are shock cavalry, so they suffer the same problem as we demonstrated before. Yeah, it's the same problem. So if you should watch the video, guys. Just look it up. Royal Cataphracts versus Noble Cavalry. Noble Cavalry have a phenomenal 88 defense, so they can last forever in a melee fight, it seems. And when they go up against Royal Cataphracts, which have 18 defense, it was just a terrible thing. It was shocking how it went.
Oh, here we are. We're evening out.
Yeah.
Factor. We're evening out a bit now.
Yes, I've noticed. Wonder why that is. This is probably the one part where I think the Romans are poorly represented. They shouldn't have access to cavalry quite this powerful, or at least not in big numbers. It's not true of Roman cavalry power.
Yeah, it probably depends what period we're talking about. There's in the later periods, the Roman Empire. They hired a lot of Germanic cavalry.
Yeah.
Fairly heavy cavalry, which were quite powerful.
Yeah, that's true, but this period...
A lot of their cavalry were not actually Romans. Yeah. They were auxiliaries or Germans.
But I think against Macedon at Macedon's heyday and in the same period with the Romans, Macedonian cavalry should beat them every time. So
yes,
it just should. It was something that they're better at. So it seems that Aspis Companion Cavalry win this against Praetorian Cavalry, and with pretty good numbers to spare, to be honest. It's more than half of your unit.
It was a bit even at one point, but suddenly it broke away.
Yeah, so...
I don't know what happened there.
So, I think...
Maybe your ability ran out or something.
Yeah, I think what this sort of shows us is, as factions, an online multiplayer system, I think you'll find Macedon is just stronger than Rome at this stage.
Yes.
It's just
those pikes are pretty powerful.
Yeah, so I think a Roman player has to play it a lot smarter than the Macedonian player can kind of just brutally push his way in. We also demonstrated that if you're going to use cavalry, you need to be using melee cavalry, and you need to be using more of it. If you're going to use cavalry, I think you should definitely have more melee cavalry, but it doesn't mean shock cavalry is useless, but you don't want to be using it in a cavalry fight, because remember, I think you don't want to really save your shock cavalry to a deciding moment in the fight where you can take their charge in, because once they're in the melee fight, there's no way out of it without taking a large portion of casualties. So I think
I'd agree with that.
I think the best
The thing is, though, it doesn't seem like charges are as decisive
Yeah.
as they were in Rome or in medieval.
Yeah, well, definitely not medieval. Nothing's as decisive as the cav charges in that. Except, the cav charges in medieval too are still the best charges ever. But that's true. I think it should be like that because that lance was an enormous advantage in cavalry, and they had stirrups and all that, which helped them stay on their horse and that sort of thing. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been good, hasn't it, Doc? It's been good.
Yes, it's interesting to see
learning what
different units perform.
I think from what I've played a bit online now, and I would say the strongest factions that I've encountered online are Macedon, Egypt, and probably the Arverni. Now I know the Arverni, they've got the Oathsworn, and I tested the Oathsworn against all infantry except the foot companions, and they destroyed them. They even destroyed Hellenic Royal Guard from the front. They destroyed Praetorian Guard. They annihilated all the Spartan infantry. It was really quite something. They're expensive, but they appear to be the most powerful infantry unit, and their noble cavalry's got a phenomenal 88 defence, which allows them to absolutely decimate even Royal Cataphracts. If you're going to use cavalry, you've got to take melee cavalry because the chargers just can't get out. Once there's no way out without taking large casualties, as we saw in this fight and this demonstration. So clearly, I think Rome is actually probably quite well balanced. Really, would you agree? You think it's pretty well balanced?
I think that's probably right.
Yeah, I think you can't
I haven't played that much.
Yeah, I think you can't just go at a phalanx like you could in the original Rome Total War and just sort of munch your way through it like the Romans did and that. They've got to outflank it, they've got to draw it onto different terrain and stuff, which is more realistic. I do have a complaint with the shock cavalry. It needs to be, I think at least cataphracts. I think what cataphracts should be, in my opinion, is like a mixture of both. Do you agree? Like they should be very good at charging, but they should be phenomenally good at melee fighting as well, because all that armor's got to count for something, otherwise it's just a waste of time. And as a faction, Parthia needs its cavalry to be the best. Parthian, would you agree? Parthia needs the best cavalry.
Yes, I agree.
It needs the best cavalry, and it doesn't. It doesn't have the best cavalry. All the barbarian cavalry I've tested the Britain heroic riders, the Germanian cav, and the noble cavalry of Arverni, and they were all trash cataphracts, all of them. The Praetorians, the Aspis cav, they will be cataphracts, because cataphracts are shock cav, and as demonstrated here, shock cav just don't compete with melee cav in a battle. So if CA ever looks at our video, I don't think they will. That would be better if they gave the cataphracts a boost. I think. I really think. Well, perhaps made a melee cavalry cataphract version or something. So yeah.
Maybe. Well, I think just because when we charged into our cavalry charge, there were only about 5 or so casualties from the charge, even on the Lancer cavalry.
Yeah.
Which wasn't very much. It might be because the cavalry I was facing had a high defence. I don't know. It could be a different story as well. But
also,
like charges weren't that effective.
What they could do too is if you never really played Shogun that much, did you? But you may remember Yari cavalry have a bonus versus other cavalry, so they fought very well against other cavalry, even though they were shock cavalry. So they were actually good at fighting melee cavalry because they had that bonus. So perhaps the cataphracts or other shock cavalry should get a bonus versus melee cavalry or something like that, or other cavalry, just to even the odds. Something needs to be balanced because it's unbalanced at the moment, and the cavalry needs to be able to withdraw. Like the shock cavalry needs to be able to withdraw without losing casualties as it does so, because you can't use their charge. But yeah,
you're right there.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll kind of carry on here, waffling on a bit. But thanks for watching, viewers. We enjoyed this, and I think you want to go on to campaign, don't you, Doc? So we could carry on with that.
Yes, it's quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I think we'll go on to campaign, and hope these 2 videos have been helpful, guys. And many thanks for watching. So we'll see you soon next time.
Indeed.